Hey guys, Cody Barton here. Welcome to my channel, and I'm sitting here with my good friend Dylan Burnett. I'm just going to be talking to him a little bit about his experience with virtual assistants and getting started with Start Virtual and the virtual assistants from there. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I know some of you that are scared to hire virtual assistants, or you have fears around, what do I do when I actually hire them? What does that process look like? We just want to answer some of those questions through, having a conversation with Dylan. Dylan, tell us real quick, what's your background? Obviously, you're a real estate investor. Where are you doing deals at? Is it virtual, local? What is your, quick 30-second background?
Cool, yeah. So originally from New Jersey, we moved out here.
Where's here?
In Arizona, thank you. Phoenix, shout out. Now we still do deals in New Jersey, so now we're completely virtual. Yeah, in a nutshell, we do fix and flip, wholesale, and we have some rentals. So that's in a quick nutshell the whole business.
First question I want to ask you is, in general, with your virtual assistant hiring experience, what were the biggest challenges that you had?
Number one is I really didn't know where to find them. So when I did figure out how to find them, it was challenging to find a good one. I didn't really know how to interview them. Didn't know if a stronger accent was okay. Didn't know, how things worked in that realm.
So from not knowing some of those things, were there issues that came up in your business from hiring those when you didn't really kind of know that process? Like, what did that kind of look like when you did hire, when you're just trying to figure it out?
I think I fired 4 or 5 different virtual assistants. Eventually found some okay ones, but it took a while and was a lot of wasted time and money.
Outside of Start Virtual, if people are going to hire virtual assistants on their own, what would be like a couple tips that you'd say that they should look out for now, from the experiences that you went through?
A couple of them were, I had some resumes come in where people would work for like 4 or 5 different real estate investors. And I'm like, oh great, they have experience. Well, there's a reason they worked for 4 or 5 different ones, because they weren't too good. They could interview very well, but their work ethic wasn't there, that sort of thing. That was probably one of the bigger challenges there.
Just like understanding like the actual experience that they actually have versus like, all right, they sound good, how are they gonna actually do once you hire them?
For sure, and you know what, to second that, after I did find somebody, and this took a while, it's like building up something to train them on how to actually communicate and do the processes I needed them to do. I just not assumed they would know it, but I had nothing put together. There was no, standard training for them in essence.
Mm-hmm. So that would probably be one of the big things then, as far as like for people that are looking to hire a virtual assistant on their, whether it's on their own or through Start Virtual or through another company, is like having that training together so they actually know what the heck they're going to be doing and how to communicate with them, right?
100%, yeah.
Definitely. So, so one of the questions I want to ask you is, what was like the major difference from like just sourcing direct to then having, Start Virtual helping you, sourcing the virtual assistants? Like, what were the biggest changes there?
I'd say that they did a really good job, like immediately, as soon as like within I think a week or so, I had a handful of recordings of the people that I was going to interview. And they sit there with the interview with you, which is great. But they have some training at least. So, is exactly what you're doing? Probably not exactly, but it gives them 90% of the pieces together. So that was a big piece of it. And then my CSM does a good job with like...
CSM?
That's a great question. Is a client success manager. That's kind of who manages the virtual assistants that we brought on. And what they did is they would kind of help them out. Like if their accent was a little strong somewhere, they would be the ones to tell them. I wouldn't have to. So they'd be working on that while I don't have to, or whoever's working with me doesn't have to do that.
So looking at like those issues that you had when you were first, hiring them on your own, it was kind of, Start Virtual basically kind of helped filter out some of the resumes down to like 3 that you could listen to and kind of help with hiring and then onboarding them to where you didn't have to do like every single step of that then.
Exactly right, okay. Exactly.
What would you say that the biggest issue that was resolved, from hiring Start Virtual, or I guess like biggest thing that like helped relinquish a headache? Because obviously, no business is going to be perfect. No, virtual team that you hire is going to be perfect. There's going to be challenges and things that you have to overcome, and things that you have to do, like firing people, hiring new ones, replacing, right? But what would you say is like the biggest thing that really helped, in your business with Start Virtual?
For sure. So having them manage and help train them was great. And then when I had somebody that didn't work out, because it's just what happens, I don't have to have the awkward conversation with them. It's like, hey, like,
it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
Like,
I just tell them and they take care of it and then replace somebody within a couple days. So that was a huge help, huge weight lifted off the shoulders.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So what are you having your virtual assistants do for you? Like, what are the main tasks that you're having them do for you?
So yeah, I've got one, basically an admin for our data. I've got text message marketers, and I have some cold callers as well.
Okay, got it. So I just want to ask you this, because like some of the people that are listening may have hired virtual assistants before, or maybe they haven't, maybe they're scared to, or there's different reasons why they have or haven't. Like, one is, would you recommend people to hire Start Virtual? But then the second thing is, at what point in someone's business do you think it's the right time for that? Because it's not, day one for somebody may not be the right time, but when is it the right time to hire Start Virtual if you recommend it?
For sure. So number one, yes, I would say using Start Virtual would really help you with get rid of all the stuff you're going to have to learn by wasting money, time, and firing and hiring, all that. So that's one major thing. But as far as when should somebody hire somebody, as soon as you have the financial capabilities to, whether that's closed a deal or two. For example, I was walking down the hallway here, and in Podio pops up a new lead came in as I'm walking. Like, I didn't have to do anything for it. It's not costing me, $3,000 a month for an employee. It just makes things much simpler, and they're working while I'm not. So it's great.
Awesome. Yeah. So I would say, for those of you that are, looking at hiring virtual assistants, there's obviously different sites where you can source them directly, which is, a fine route. I have another video on my channel that you can check out around, how to hire a virtual assistant the right way. Kind of wanted to give some, perspective and some feedback from, Dylan's situation, and, just sharing that, hey, like, virtual assistants make sense in your business, but it's not a crutch also for your business. It's not like, this crutch of, okay, now I have one virtual assistant, my business is going to go to the moon. It's, you start to add virtual assistants as you start to grow your business. And like Dylan said, it's about, taking some of the time that you're not working and having somebody else there that are, generating leads for your business or doing different admin tasks that are moving your business forward. So it's not all you doing everything, and then as soon as you're not doing something, everything goes away. That's what it's about, and that's where we want to talk about startvirtual.com, and where you can have Start Virtual help you find some virtual assistants for your business. And so Dylan, thank you for just chatting it up a little bit about kind of the experience. And if you guys have questions about virtual assistants, whether Start Virtual related or not, feel free to post those in the comments below. Happy to get those answered for you. Dylan, where can people find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you can find me at World's Greatest Dylan on Instagram. That'll be in the section below.
World's Greatest Dylan on Instagram. I love it. And if you got any value, or just shout out to Dylan, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video.